New from the Oregon State Capitol tonight, lawmakers are considering hiking the state's hotel tax and putting the money toward environmental efforts. But as Alma McCarty found, industries that rely on tourism are fighting the move.
On Thursday, supporters of this bill told committee members that Oregon's tourism industry relies on our environment and our wildlife, so it would make sense that a lodging tax would go in part to conservation. However, those who oppose the bill said that this puts another burden on an industry that's already struggling.
Wildlife is clearly a priority for legislators. We get that, but we implore you to find a solution that does not result in harm to an already hurting industry.
In Salem, discussion focused in on the state's lodging tax, a tax on hotel stays, vacation rentals, and campgrounds, and a bill looking to increase it by 1.25%. That funding would then go to various programs related to wildlife recovery and conservation.
Oregon's identity is our natural beauty, our rich natural heritage, and that's what brings tourism to Oregon. So if you're not investing in these resources, but you want to sustain growth in tourism, it is not going to happen on the backs of these resources with no investment.
It passed the House earlier this week before state senators took public testimony on this bipartisan bill. According to state conservationists, more than 300 species in Oregon are considered at risk due to habitat loss, climate change, and pollution.
There is no consistent and reliable state funding to support these species, and the little funding we did receive from the federal government has been eliminated. That's why the need for long-term dedicated state funding is so urgent.
Currently, our State Department of Fish and Wildlife get limited resources, and those are directly invested in the hunting and fishing species. We are asking for investment into species that are not hunted or fished.
Opponents point out that not only is this a tax increase, they believe this will harm the tourism industry, one they say still hasn't fully recovered.
What you're talking about now is diverting a dedicated source of revenue for economic development to something else that has nothing to do with economic development and job creation.
This bill changes the function of that funding tool, and that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't feel like it's sound policy or good governance.
The committee plans to hear more public comment during a work session Friday. In Salem, Alma McCarty, KGW News.